Hi, everybody. My name is Angel France Duga, and I'm super excited. I'm from the New Orleans area, and I'd really like to know where you guys are tuning in from and what is your favorite beverage. I'm actually having some coffee. Let's go ahead. Type in the Q&A. Fabulous. All right. So we have one of you guys are from Chicago and you're having hot chocolate. Yum. Love hot chocolate. All right. Florida. Is it hot or cold? You're having iced tea. Fabulous. Let's see who else. Mississippi. Wow, that's a unique weather. Let's see. You said a frappuccino. That sounds good too. You guys are having some great beverages. One more. Let's see. We have somebody from California, and you are actually having a chai tea. Very good. Excellent. Anybody else want to say? All right. We have one more. And you guys, you're from Nebraska and you're having some hot cocoa. Very good. All right, so I'm super excited to be here to tell you all about Kathy Frost. Kathy is a certified integrative wellness and life coach who has been an advocate and leader in the health and wellness field for more than 25 years. She served as a wellness coordinator for a hospital, the nutritionist and certified lifestyle coach at Large Women Only Medical Center, and the owner of 5 women-only fitness centers. Ooh, that's a lot. She has personally helped more than 5,000 women lose weight, get in better shape, and improve their overall health and wellness. Kathy understands that losing weight and improving health and happiness is much more complex than simply dieting and exercising. Through her Forget Diets Forever program, she empowers and equips women to make effective changes to design better balance in all areas of their life, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. With their Forgive Success Design Plan, Forever Success Design Plan, these women create lasting improvement in weight, health, and love for themselves and others. Without further ado, let's welcome Miss Kathy Frost. Yay!
Thanks, Angel. I greatly appreciate that nice introduction. And welcome, everybody, to the No Guilt, No Gain Holidays Masterclass, where you can learn that you can enjoy your favorite holiday sweets and treats and not gain weight. So this is for you if, number A, you want to be able to enjoy those favorite holiday treats, those sweets, those foods, and not gain the average 5 to 10 pounds that most of the average woman does during Thanksgiving to New Year's. Or maybe you're B, you want to discover the simple steps to dance through those holiday parties, enjoying the goodies and not pack on those holiday pounds. Or maybe you're C, you want to enjoy putting on your party dress and looking incredible on New Year's Eve. So which are you, A, B, or C? So tonight you're going to discover how you can actually enter 2020 without the worry about needing to lose those extra pounds put on during the holidays. You're also going to learn how you can be free of the guilt and the frustration that the average holiday weight gain puts on you, and you can be free of that once and for all. Now, I really do want to share with you, and it's really important that you understand this, that diets don't work, but it's not your fault. Yeah, all the diet industry makes you feel that if only you had more willpower, if only you did exactly like they said, if only. But to be perfectly honest, 25 to 30% of the weight you lose on a diet is muscle. And when you lose that much muscle, you right away lower your metabolism. So it's not your fault that you can't keep that lost weight off. It's going to come back. But I also want to share that that all ends today, because today I'm going to also help you understand how to build back that metabolism. So think about it. What if you could wave that magic wand and you could enjoy those holidays goodies and be free of any guilt or any weight gain? How would you feel? Or think about if you could enjoy those holiday parties without any regrets the next day. Because we've all been there, done that, and thought about, oh, if only I would have. And what if you could look incredible on New Year's Eve in that little fancy dress? Well, let me tell you a little bit about why you should listen to me. I, first of all, have helped over 5,000 women create lasting weight loss. Yes, not the type that you just lose it and then gain it right back, but lasting weight loss. I've been in the health and wellness arena coaching women as a certified lifestyle counselor, as a certified integrative wellness, and as a nutritionist for a large medical center, one where we serve 25,000 women. And I've been in this business for over 32 years. So I actually understand why diets don't work. And by the way, I've also been the owner of 5 women-only fitness centers, of which I totally, in the long run, spanned 14 years. That's the longest one, was 14 years. So if you total that up, that's a lot of years in the health and wellness field. But what's really important is about my story and why it actually should matter to you. Yeah, that's me sitting on some rocks by a pond. But I have not always been in the greatest of shape. My story began as a child, and I grew up with ice cream. Ice cream was my friend, and they even called me Fatty Kathy as a child and a young adult. Growing up as an overweight child really meant that I was also an overweight teenager and, yes, an overweight young adult. And I also realized that I learned to eat for reasons other than hunger. Maybe when I was sad or my feelings were hurt or I was lonely, there was a lot of other things that entered into the picture, not just that I was hungry. But as I was studying nutrition in college, it finally hit me that something had to change. Who is going to listen to an overweight nutritionist? I realized that I needed to change a little bit about the foods that I ate, maybe cut back on them a little bit. I also realized that ice cream did not solve everything. But more importantly, I also, after trying multiple diets, be it counting points or elimination and all that, I realized I could not give up my favorite foods forever. And so I knew that I needed to create my own plan where I could live by my own rules. And I did that. I lost the weight and I've kept it off for decades. So you might be asking, why am I teaching this? Well, I want to empower other women to get out of that diet mentality, to know that diets don't work, but it's not your fault. It actually is the diet's fault because they're set up so that you cannot keep that weight off with such a low metabolism. So in my many years, what I have done is help women be able to boost their metabolism. And I have been doing it on a one-on-one basis, but now I really want to be able to do it to help more women be empowered to create their own rules to have their lasting success. So let me tell you a little bit about Tanya. Tanya was in the No Guilt, No Gain holidays last year during this time, or it starts right now, and she was thrilled. First of all, she was concerned that during the holidays, she usually gained some pounds, and by New Year's Eve, she was down 7 pounds, even during the holidays. And what she said, what she loved most is that Kathy is not expecting you to be 100% perfect, because nobody is. And her commitment to the 80% of the time has allowed her to remove the guilt, free herself from the diet mentality, plus become more balanced in her entire life, the mental, the emotional, and the physical part of it. So Tanya was thrilled because she really had been trying hard in lots of arenas. But I think it's really important that we clear up the elephant in the middle of the room. Because I know when women first come to me, they have tried a gazillion diets. And honestly, I know that. It's kind of like, sometimes I feel like I'm the last resort. But they've tried a gazillion diets and they've lost the weight, but it returns back. And what I want to help women understand is that 95%, yes, 95% of the women who lose weight on a diet will regain most, more, or at least all of the weight that they lost while on that diet. Yes, 95%. So if you've been on a diet, you've lost weight, and you've gained it back, you are not alone. Diets don't work. So then let's talk a little bit about Donna. And Donna said, "Forget diets forever has changed my life. All I have done is follow the easy one change a day suggestion that Kathy's program is all about. What it brought me in 4 weeks was not just the 9-pound weight loss, but increased energy and a clearer mind, all while enjoying my favorite foods, including wine." So if you'd like to be like Donna or like Tanya, type in the Q&A box, "I'm in." So how many of you are in? Oh, yes, I see a bunch of you. You're in. Well, that is amazing. So let's keep going. So this is a little bit about what we're going to discuss tonight, how to enjoy your favorite holiday foods and not gain the average 5 to 10 pounds. You're going to be able to discover the simple, easy steps to enjoy the holiday parties and not gain weight. And then we're going to talk about how you can fit into that party dress and look incredible on New Year's Eve, so you can enter 2020 without any extra holiday pounds. So now you're probably sitting there and asking, well, how? Can I really do this? So let me share you the 3 most important steps to be able to not gain weight during the next, it's really from today it's about 40 some days. Thanksgiving is this coming week. Yes, it's amazing to think about that. But the first important thing that you need to do is protein. You need to increase your protein, and you need to be able to add a little extra protein with each meal, making sure you're not skipping a meal. We need a breakfast to break the fast. You wouldn't think about going and starting your car with 0 gas in your tank and expecting it to get you to work. Well, we need to put some fuel in our own system, which is called breakfast, and it needs to have some protein. So a bagel and a smear of cream cheese doesn't make a real good breakfast. So protein with every meal, and then it's important that you take and have a little protein with your snack, and especially if you're having a sweet snack. So if you're really tempted for that chocolate snack, have some nuts with it, because right then and there, you're going to be balancing it out better with a little bit of protein. The next important thing to do is to increase your hydration. Now, let me be clear on this. This means increase your water content. Coffee, because of caffeination, and also most of your teas, unless they're herbal, really do not increase your hydration. In fact, coffee and regular teas dehydrate your body, so they really don't count towards that fluid intake at all. So it's really important to think about starting your day with at least 1 glass of water. I like to put a little bit of lemon in mine because that also aids with digestion. And then every 2 hours or so, make sure you're drinking more water, because it's really important that you become properly hydrated. And by the way, not only will water help boost your metabolism, and it actually does, it's also going to help you decrease your weight. It aids in weight loss. If you take and have a glass or more of water before each meal, you will actually eat less calories, because it's also going to quiet your hunger hormone, ghrelin, and most people that do this will eat about 400 less calories a day. So it's amazing what it does for weight loss. And then tip number 3 is you need to stop and consider why. Why are you eating? And, are you really hungry, or is it because everybody else is, or because it was sitting out in the break room? We need to stop and think about, why are we eating? Are we eating just to nourish our body? Or maybe we're also taking and trying to solve some emotion. So, when you're going to a party, you need to think about, why are you going to the party? Are you going there to be able to take and enjoy being with friends and socializing and the friendship and all of that? Or are you going for the food? So it's important that you stop and really consider your why. So now you know that in order to really enjoy those holiday sweets and treats, you need to first think about increasing that protein, improving your hydration, and then think about those whys. Why are you eating, or why are you eating that specific food? So I want to take and ask you, do you really want to be able to enjoy your favorite sweets and foods without the guilt, and also not to gain weight during this coming holiday season? If so, type in yes in the Q&A box right now. Oh, and I see we have a bunch of yeses coming in from Florida and Iowa and Kansas and California and Colorado. Hey, by the way, I was just there. So I'm so excited that you are wanting to be able to do this. And you can, because you can go back to those 3 things. So I'd like to just share that you can be just like Tanya, who was able to lose the 7 pounds during the holidays, eat her favorite foods, and by the way, not worry about gaining any weight or feeling guilty, because she was able to lose those 7 pounds. Or then there's Donna, who was able to not only enjoy her wine and her special foods, but also has lost 8 pounds throughout that season. And then there's Crystal. And I love what Crystal has to say. She says, I can't express how grateful I am to you. You sincerely gave me my life back. I no longer feel helpless, and I no longer hate myself because I see a difference, and it encourages me to keep on going. I'm not on a diet, and I'm not being deprived of anything. I make my own choices and my own rules, but I never could have done this without your wisdom and insight. Thanks, Crystal, for those nice words. And then there's Janie. Janie says, Kathy's approaches you as a whole person with only one simple change at a time. You're never bombarded with a list of unattainable goals or rules to follow. As a matter of fact, you make your own rules. You literally can have your cake and eat it too with this simple, easy to follow program. You are never deprived, and there's absolutely no guilt. I love this new way of thinking, of doing, of being free, of feeling guilty over past failures. This is not a diet. It is seriously easy, obtainable lifestyle changes. So you actually can enjoy your favorite holiday foods without any guilt or worry about gain. Now, I know from working with thousands of women, you're probably sitting back there and wondering, can I really actually eat my favorite sweets and not gain weight during the holidays? I have so many women just say, it sounds just too good to be true. So yes, I see that it's helped others, but can it really help me? And the answer is yes. Honestly, some of these women have literally tried everything, but they always gained back all or even more of what they had lost. And the beauty of what we do in our no guilt, no gain holidays is not worry and focus on food. In fact, we focus on increasing your metabolism. Now, there are really two ways you can do it. You can either take what you've learned and do it on your own and try it, but I honestly know it's slower when you're doing it on your own. Or you can hasten your pace and do it with my help. And that is why I have the No Guilt, No Gain holidays. And this is what I'd like to take and share with you tonight. But let me also explain who this is not for, because honestly, it's not for everybody. There are always those doubters, those blamers, the people would rather make excuses than to really make change happen. So if you're just really feeling like, hey, this isn't for me, I understand. But I also understand that even though it sounds too easy, this actually works. So I have, for that next, until New Year's Day, established a no guilt, no gain holidays where you can actually enjoy your favorite treats and sweets and yet not gain weight. So let's look a little bit at what actually is involved in the no guilt, no gain holidays. Well, first you're going to get daily tips and tricks to enjoy your holiday foods guilt-free. And yes, I mean daily. So every morning you will receive a quick 2 to 3 minute video that's going to give you a tip, a trick, or a technique that you can put in play that day that's going to help you be able to enjoy those holiday foods, not gain weight, and also not feel guilty. You're going to be able to discover how to easily avoid the 5 biggest mistakes that pack on those holiday pounds. So you don't need to worry about entering 2020 with the extra holiday weight. And then you're going to get my Eat with Caution guide. Now, I never say no to any foods. Foods do not make us bad. They do not make us good. Some are healthier, some are not quite as healthier. But it's okay to be able to pick some of those maybe that we feel aren't quite as healthy, and to be able to enjoy them guilt-free, because we're not going to center our life around them. But I know from women who have my Eat with Caution guide, it helps them really determine, what do I actually want to put into my body? And some of you will find that some of the things that are in some of the foods, maybe you don't really want to. But the beauty is you get to decide. By the way, I don't push any supplements of any type. There are no specific foods that you have to eat. You are the person in control of that. So also then in my program, I have a weekly live Q&A where you can actually ask me the questions and I can answer them one-off to make sure that you are on the right track to totally enjoy your holiday sweets and treats, not gain the weight, and not feel guilty. So you know that you can enjoy your favorite holiday foods, not gain the weight, and not feel guilty. So let me explain a little bit more about how this all works. Like I mentioned a minute ago, that you're going to have the weekly Q&As. Then every morning about 6:30 a.m., you'll receive your daily, let me move this out of the way for you, video that's like 2 to 3 minutes. That's going to give you the tip or the trick for that day. You're also going to take and have all of these sessions recorded, so you don't have to worry about being able to be right there, like say on the live weekly Q&A. Sorry about the weekly spelled wrong. So you'll be able to access them anytime you want. And of course, there's going to be handouts and checklists. But it's also going to be important that on bonus number 2, that you're going to get the top secrets to enjoy the holiday festivities with no regrets. And then you're going to get my personal help. At the end of, it's at the end of the program, which happens to be on New Year's Day. So then within the next day or two or right before that, you're going to be able to get a private 30-minute planning session with me. So as you enter 2020, you're going to know exactly what you're doing to keep on that decreasing your weight. And then you're going to get my No Guilt, No Gain holiday guide, where it's a daily easy plan to just jot down what you're doing and also make sure you're staying on target for what the tip is for that day. Now, as far as what my No Guilt, No Gain holidays campaign is all about, well, let me explain a little bit to you. First of all, you're going to get the daily tips and tricks to enjoy your holidays without gaining weight. And the value is around 147. You're going to get to how to easily avoid the 5 biggest mistakes that pack on the pounds, the Eat with Caution guide, your live Q&A, which is weekly, so you can ask your questions and get them answers. You're going to get some bonuses, the top secrets to enjoy the holiday festivities with no regrets. And then a 30-minute planning bonus with me, plus the No Guilt, No Gain holiday guide. And the total value is right around $400. But let me tell you, from being on this webinar, I have an amazing deal for you. But what I really want you to stop and think about is, what would this really be worth to you if you could enjoy your holidays guilt-free, not worry about gaining any weight, going into 2020 without any extra pounds? What is that actually worth to you? So you can get everything today, which is normally at least $398, but not for that. Instead, it's just $97. $97, and that includes all of those bonuses. All you need to do is go to noguiltnogain.com. Yes, noguiltnogain.com, and sign up now. let me explain a little bit too, because actually I have a no worries guarantee. Now, let me explain what that really amounts to. You have the 30 days to actually be immersed in the no guilt, no gain holidays, to be able to be practicing each day the different tips and tricks, and to be able to enjoy those holiday foods, those sweets, those treats, and not gain weight. And at the end of the 30 days, if you have not at least maintained your weight, in fact, if you've gained a little, and we have our 30-minute bonus call where we have your planning session. If you still don't feel it's for you, you could actually get your money back. No worries guarantee. That's my promise to you. So imagine if you could end those 39 days, because yes, there really are 39 days between Sunday and when this all ends on New Year's Day. What if you could end on New Year's morning, get up and be excited because you didn't gain any weight, or better yet, you've lost a couple of pounds. Imagine how excited you will feel. Or imagine if you could really feel like you could go to those parties and not have any regrets over the food you ate that next morning. Imagine how good that'll feel. And imagine how you'll feel when you go to that New Year's Eve celebration in that fun party dress and feel amazing because you just got through the holidays without any extra weight gain. Now, by the way, I do have a fast action bonus for you, and that is my email support. Yes, my personal email support, because I know the holidays are a very stressful time. And by the way, I forgot to mention, we also have some tips and tricks on how to deal with all that holiday stress. But it's important that you feel really supportive. And so you will have my own personal email where you can ask me, send me emails as much as you want, be it once a day or maybe multiple times a day, or maybe it's only once a week. But you can ask for my personal support. Ask me how to handle a situation or whatever. Just you have that personal support if you get started today. So if you have any questions, please type them in the chat box right now, because we're going to take and answer all those questions. And if you happen to think of some later, just call the number that's listed here, 860-464-2389. And if the phone is busy, leave a message and we will get back to you. So again, you go to www.noguiltnogain.com to get started right now. And I think I just heard that Angel got back on the line. Angel, do we have any questions from people in our audience tonight?
Yes, they're starting to roll in. So here's our first one. Will focusing on boosting my metabolism instead of focusing on food really help me be able to enjoy those holiday sweets and not gain weight?
Yes, that is what people find the most, I want to say, unusual, because all diets are telling you don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, do that. And actually, that doesn't really work very well. By taking and focusing instead on basically 4 key things to help you boost your metabolism, you're going to have more energy. You're going to be burning more calories every day. And that is a real key factor in being able to either keep the weight off or even decrease it. Because I have been doing this program for 14 years with my health clubs, and women love the idea that they didn't have to worry about the foods, that they were focusing more on boosting their metabolism, which changes that whole game plan because it takes away the guilt, and it's basically creating better balance in your choices without worrying about any weird supplements or having to eat any special foods, or we don't push super protein shakes or anything like that, but just eating the normal food. So yes, boosting metabolism has been a game changer for almost all women. Any others?
Yes. My holiday season is extremely busy. Will this no guilt, no gain holidays take very much of my time? Because I don't have much of it, she said.
Well, that's the beauty of this program, is I'm a woman too. I totally understand how crazy the holiday season can be with our businesses, our work, our friends, our community, our family, and everything else, and all the stresses of the holidays. So by taking and spending a couple of minutes for you on a daily basis, you will be amazed at how easy it is to take and put these little techniques into play, and they will become a habit that's not only going to help you throughout the holidays, but going into January of 2020.
Great.
Anything else?
Yes. Are there easy tips and tricks that you're going to be sharing with us and to help us get through this busy season without gaining those extra weight?
Right. Yes, there are some real easy ways to be able to do this. And it's important to me to make sure that it is set up as easy. And what I find really interesting is so many women that go through my program, they just can't believe how easy it is and how natural it becomes. And yet I know that a lot of women find it difficult to believe that it actually can be easy, because in past diets, they have to do so much focusing on all these changes at once. Well, if you know anything about neuroscience, and neuroscience is something I love, you can't make a boatload of changes at one time. You can only really make one effective change at a time. And so that's where we start. And so it's not about upheaving your whole routine. It's just about adding one simple step at a time that's not going to take you hardly any time at all.
I love this one. This question is, people think I'm on a diet. They don't want them to know they're doing
Okay, will people think you're on a diet? Well, that's a really good question, because the word I always coach my women, don't tell people that you're on a diet, because you actually aren't. Because what I know from working with women for the past 32 years is that when you tell somebody you're doing a diet, then everybody has their advice, or they'll say, I can't believe you can eat that on a diet, or you shouldn't be doing this. Listen, it's not their business, it's your business. And so I never encourage anybody to say, hey, I'm on a diet. If somebody, I will tell them that maybe you've changed your preferences. Like, I don't do pretzels by themselves, but I don't feel that that's a diet. That's a choice of mine, because I know they're just, they're a high carb food. But if I had maybe some nuts with them, that changes the whole thing. So it's just helping women be able to figure out how to create better balance in their choices. So no, don't tell your friends you're on a diet. That usually, first of all, once they see you losing weight, then they try to distract you, get you a little bit off, and all of this sort of thing. So no, don't tell friends you're on a diet.
I love this next one. I usually weigh myself every day, and I find it very disappointing. How often am I going to have to weigh myself during the no guilt, no gain holidays?
That is an amazing question, and I'm glad that somebody asked that. You really should only weigh yourself once a week. Yes, one time a week. If you weighed yourself 5 times every day, you'd actually weigh 5 different weights every day. Or if you weigh yourself just once a day, every day, it's also still going to fluctuate because it's going to depend on what you ate, what you drank, how much you've moved, what your hydration status is, how hot or cold, or all these other things. So weight is just, it's basically a measurement at a specific time of day. And so I encourage women to just weigh once a week, preferably on the same day. I encourage a lot of women to weigh on a Friday morning maybe, because it's right before the weekend. And Monday mornings may not be the best if you ate a little bit extra on the weekend, but one time a day, and then do it at that same time every week with the same amount of clothes on. Personally, I don't like a lot of clothes on when I weigh myself, and it's usually first thing in the morning after I've gone to the bathroom. So just make it consistent, because our weight does fluctuate. And so weight is really just kind of, I want to say, a ballpark. It kind of tells us about where we are, but it doesn't make us good and it doesn't make us bad. But a lot of times it can affect that head game. Once a week, same time of the day, when probably without a lot of clothes on, is all you should weigh. Do not weigh more than that.
Right. Boy, they're really rolling in. Is it possible to lose weight during the holidays if I participate in the No Guilt, No Gain holiday program we're talking about?
I can say that almost all women that participate in the No Guilt, No Gain holidays do lose weight. However, remember that the average woman gains 5 to 10 pounds during that time. So by maintaining your weight, it's really actually equivalent to losing 5 to 10 pounds. So I will not promise that everybody's going to lose weight, but you should be able to maintain your weight throughout those holidays and be excited going into the new year, not having that typical holiday weight gain, which happens to be starting a week from tonight on Thanksgiving Day. And for some, and maybe even the day before, as you're doing the prepping for it. So yes, you should be able to at least maintain, if not lose, a few pounds.
Okay, here's another one. Are the tips, tricks, and techniques you will be giving us help us even after the holidays?
Good question. Yes, because what I'm going to be teaching you just a little, 2 minutes at a time on a daily basis, are basically what I teach all my women as they start my programs. It's going to help you easily boost that metabolism, and by boosting your metabolism, it's going to help you make better choices, be able to do the mix and the match, be able to create a little bit more balance in what you're doing, and you will be able to follow through with those paths, that technique, those tricks and tips into 2020.
Great. That's exciting. So, will you require us to eat any special foods? And what about those yucky drink shakes? Yeah.
That is an amazing question. I'm glad somebody asked that. I do not believe in pushing any yucky shakes or any shakes at any time. I do know from a personal point of view that every now and then, to me, a protein shake is an easy breakfast. I've been traveling a lot lately, and so if I'm going to catch a flight early in the morning, a quick protein shake is easy, but it's not something that I encourage people to do all the time. I do not push any supplements or vitamins or anything like that. It's basically helping you be able to eat the foods you love and create the balance to help you either maintain or lose weight. So no special supplements, protein shakes, or specialty foods. You need to be able to eat the things that you really truly enjoy.
Okay. I have a gluten sensitivity and I need to avoid gluten.
No problem. I think that a lot of people could probably benefit by eating a little less gluten. I don't preach that. Personally, I don't eat a lot of gluten myself, but I think it's all about balance. So with a gluten sensitivity, it makes it very easy. You can still be able to eat the food you love as long as, depending on how much gluten is in it, and not have any side effects. Some people are very gluten intolerant, and in that case, I would encourage you to be able to find gluten-free substitutes for maybe some of your favorite foods. And I can give you some helpful ideas for how to do that too. But gluten-free can actually work out very well in the no guilt, no gain holidays. Thank you for asking that question.
Will I need to take any special supplements?
Good question. I think that person probably heard the answers beforehand, but yes, there again, the answer is no. I do not push any specific supplements or anything like that because you actually have to be able to create the plan that you can live by for decades. And that's what's going to create the lasting weight loss. And so if you choose to come up with something, that's fine, but no, I don't push any supplements at all.
Okay. The next question is, you mentioned about drinking more water. I actually hate water, she said. Do I really need to drink that? What else can I do? Please help.
Okay, so I get this question a lot. I'm glad somebody asked it because so many people have this mental block against water. And we need to be able to figure out how to properly hydrate. Our brain is 73% water. Our body is 60% water. We need to keep it all well hydrated. If you're 1% dehydrated, it will slow down your mental focusing. It slows down your metabolism. It is really important to keep it hydrated. But there are things you can do. If you don't like the water that comes out of a tap, you could always buy bottled water if you happen to like that, or you can buy the flavored water, but it needs to be with natural flavorings. The one thing I am really pretty much helping women to understand is that artificial sweeteners are not really something that can benefit our body a lot. In fact, for a lot of people, it's caused them to be insulin resistant. We can go into that at another time if they want to give me a call and we can talk about that. But artificial sweeteners, your body handles them about the same as a sweet. Your brain thinks that it's sweet. It tells the pancreas to dump out the glucose. It goes into your bloodstream, but when the artificial sweetener gets down into your stomach, there's no glucose to be made because there's nothing there. So now you have all of this insulin running around your system, and insulin is a fat storage hormone. So by eating an artificial sweetener by itself, it's a great way to gain fat weight. That's a whole nother issue. But I just encourage people to start to wean themselves off of artificial sweeteners or have them with a meal, because if you're having them with a meal, or even if you're having them with a good snack, it's not going to have the same impact. And we can go into that more in a different day. I do go into that in one of our units to help people better understand it. But I encourage you to think about using cucumbers, fruits, things like that in your waters. Or some of them you can buy. I love sparkling water. That's my water of choice for with my lunch, because it's just kind of a nice, refreshing thing. But there's a lot of ways we can do it. And also, by the way, herbal tea, herbal, not caffeinated, but herbal teas can also be a great way to help improve your hydration.
Wow. This really seems way too easy. Is this really work? Are you sure it's going to work for me?
I know from the thousands of women that I have helped that easy is good. And most people think if it's easy, it's too good to be true. But actually, being easy, being able to create, just do one thing different at a time is the step that makes it easy. It makes it doable and it makes it lasting. So yes, if you're willing to get out of that diet mentality and try to do something a little differently, you will find it really can be easy and effective. Anything else?
There's 3 more.
Oh my gosh, okay.
They're just like really racking it in. All my coworkers bring in lots of special sweets during the holidays, and they expect me to eat them. What should I do?
All right, this reminds me of one of my clients, Tara. And Tara came to me and she goes, I can't stand it. She happened to be a teacher, and everybody's bringing in all these sweets to the teacher's lounge, and they're there. And when we go for a break, it's just hard to not eat them. And yeah, that can be true. But what I help women be able to do is, first of all, not get yourself into that state of really being super hungry where you're just ready to grab in. So you're going to help with that ghrelin that makes your stomach growl. That's your hunger hormone. You're going to be able to help quiet it. And then I encourage women to be, I want to say, picky. You know, it's okay to try something, but if you don't love it, you don't have to finish it. And so, you know, a bite of something can be maybe sometimes as much as you need. But the beauty with Tara is she was able to, one day at a time, be able to say, nah, I'll only pick the stuff that really look good. And she was thrilled at how well she got through the holidays, and she lost weight. So it's definitely doable, and we definitely deal with that.
All right. My family hates when I go on a diet because of me cooking different foods. Help.
Okay, good thing. I'm glad somebody addressed that because I'd forgotten to add that into this presentation. But if it's really good for you, it should be good for your family. And you can't be cooking one meal for you and something different for the family. What I encourage you to do is to eat real foods and to eat them in what I want to call a more balanced plate. And by doing that, your family should be able to also eat as you do, because there are no specific special foods. And so you can take and enjoy those family meals together, and everybody have a better balanced plate.
Good. Last question. What happens at the end of the program? Will I have learned everything I need to know?
At the end of the program, you will have learned a lot. And you could be able to go on and continue losing weight if that's what you so desire. But I also do have a membership program that most people, when they're done with the first month or so, will join that, because for many women, it's important that you have ongoing support. Most people, especially during the holidays, most people should be thrilled to be able to keep the weight where it is, or maybe lose a few pounds. But then going into the new year with their new, I want to say, rules that they've created for themselves, they're going to be able to be have the tools in their kit, but maybe looking for a tad bit more support. So the membership really helps to support that. So there are ways that you can continue after the holidays. So is that it?
That was it. That was it for questions.
Well, thanks, Angel, for all of those. And if anybody does have any more questions, you can also email me at Cathy, and that's Cathy with a C, C-A-T-H-Y, at forgetdietsforever.com. I forgot to put that on the screen. Or you can call the 860-464-2389 number, and I'll make sure and get back with you. But don't forget to sign up for the NoGuiltNoGain.com so that you can actually enjoy your holiday sweets and treats without the worry about gaining any weight or feeling guilty. So thanks for attending tonight, everyone. It was so nice to have you here, and I look forward to helping you over the next 39 days to be able to enjoy those special holiday sweets and treats. Have a great night. NoGuiltNoGain.com.